Happy New Year, everybody. This is my yearly results, all from my picks in my Discord. It was an awesome year. Super excited to keep it going. Last time I came on here, we cashed our Malik Neighbors bet. It was perfect. He only played a half, had 23 yards, broke the record, and was done. So easy under on that 77.5 line. Free picks have been absolutely crushing it, so let's keep it going. And this video is sponsored by DG Fantasy, the site above me. It shows you a bunch of different odds from different sports books, compares them to Prizepicks, Underdog, different DFS apps. So with my pick today, you could use this app and see what the odds are. For example, Tobias Harris's point line has shifted massively down to the under 17.5. Anyway, there's going to be a code in my YouTube description. You can go to my Twitter and find the code, but there's a link. You can sign up. It's beautiful. Thank you for sponsoring. Tobias Harris is the play under 17.5 points. There's a few baseline things to go over really quick before you get into the actual super deep details of the play, but here are the things. Joel Embiid is back. D'Anthony Melton is out. Two important things. This game is the lowest total on the slate by quite a bit. 223.5 is about as low as it gets in the NBA these days. 10.5 point spread, possible blowout. Less minutes for Tobias, perhaps. But let's get into my analysis, the reasons why I really love this pick deep down. Tobias with Embiid playing was sitting at a 13.5, 14.5 point line. It got down to 13.5 against the Raptors in the last game that Embiid played. It was 14.5 the last time he played the Bulls with Embiid in. In that game, he shot 3 times in 32 minutes. 3 times. He also played the Bulls without Embiid. Point line was above 20.5. He still only ended with 15 on 6 of 16 shooting, so the volume was there that time. But he still didn't get it done. I think the biggest thing to know with the Bulls defense is they force 3-point shots. They allow the most catch-and-shoot threes in the entire NBA, despite playing at the slowest pace in all of the NBA. Their 3-point frequency allowed is 2% higher than anyone else's, which is a pretty large margin. Tobias Harris only shoots 2.8 catch-and-shoot threes per game. He took 1 with Embiid playing against the Bulls and 3 without him. 3-point shooting is not his game in the catch-and-shoot. So already he doesn't really stack up with the strength of the defense and matchup. Filter Embiid in and Melton off the floor. Tobias Harris takes 1.6 less field goals per 36 minutes. Also sees a point drop of over 1 point. And as I said, his point line was sitting at 14.5 with Embiid. So I just don't think Melton out warrants 3-point bump. Now, his season average is pretty good, but he was on an absolute tear to start the year. He was over 17.5, 8 of the first 10 games. I just don't think that's sustainable for his role in this offense, especially with the emergence of Maxey, a healthy Oubre, etc. Starting with OKC on the 25th of November and moving to the present time with Embiid, he was under 17.5 in 9 of 11 games. Torched the Raptors the last time out and had 21 versus Detroit. So, shooting 7 of 10 there. A lot of these games do include blowouts. A lot of the games also don't have a super healthy 76ers roster, though. Oubre was out with that accident for a while. Batum was out for the lineup for a while. I just think the line is too high here. We're taking a discount, in my opinion. A pretty small slate today, so I don't want to force anything, but all my picks will be in Discord. I'm sure I'll have a few more. I actually already do have a few more. I think Warriors bets are super interesting with this new lineup. Starting Curry and Chris Paul, and then Klay Thompson at the 3. This takes away a lot of the playmaking for Curry, but opens up lots of more shots for him and Klay, as well as Chris Paul taking more of a backseat on the scoring because he's not leading the second unit as much. So that's something to think about. Ja Morant's in a dream matchup versus Spurs. Spread is a little concerning, but it is a great matchup. Kings-Hornets is tough because of a 15-point spread, and the Hornets are on a back-to-back. So maybe look at some first-half lines for that. Celtics-Thunder should be a really good game. One important part about Celtics lines that you need to look at, it is not super often that they have all 5 of their starters completely healthy. Really important not to game log watch with the Celtics. With all 5 on the floor, Porzingis actually doesn't see much of a bump down at all. His usage stays pretty similar. Derek White takes a massive hit. It's just really interesting to look at that stuff. Also, always something to look at is the Embiid rebounding strategy. Embiid gets centers in foul trouble. They pull him away from the basket, opening up rebounds for other people. Kobe White has been a big beneficiary of that so far this season. I think Patrick Williams and DeMar can also be like that. But it is interesting because Drummond is a great rebounder, so I'm interested to see how that plays out. But as always, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Let's make some money today. Tobias is so mid. Love y'all.